Hello everyone, Tina of Wieland Fitness here, and today we're gonna be doing an arms and abs workout. It's gonna take us about 25 minutes to get through. We're gonna do 2 rounds. You're only gonna need a pair of light to medium dumbbells, depending on your capabilities. This workout series is actually a part of my Back to Basics program, where I'm going to be posting a workout video every day, Monday through Friday, for a total of 20 workouts over the month. You can actually get the link to the workout calendar in the description below. I will be updating it live, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. All right, let's get to the workout. All right, everyone, so we're gonna get things kicked off. And since this is back to basics, I will be focusing on form, making sure our form is good, not so much for speed or how much weight we can lift, because we are going back to the basics, okay? Intervals are gonna be 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, all right? And the first move before we jump in is going to be an isometric dumbbell curl, or an iso dumbbell curl. So what that looks like is we're going to hold 1 at the 90 degrees, halfway, curl up, hold, curl up. Side. Every time you make a full curl, you're going to stop at that 90 degrees, that halfway point. All right, so I'm going to start the timer and we're going to get going. And go. Make sure you're bracing your core here. We got both arms working at the same time, because while the other one's curling, the other one's still holding. Those isometric holds still make those muscles work. All right, we got about 10 seconds. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Nice. So we have 20 seconds. We're gonna move to your couch, a chair, an ottoman. We're gonna do some tricep dips. So you're gonna come off the edge here, feet forward, legs straighten is gonna make it harder. And we're just gonna come down and up, okay? 2, 1, and go. All right, and a couple form cues here. Make sure your elbows are tucked at your sides. Are they tucked? Keep that butt close to whatever you're dipping off of. You don't want to be too far away. That puts a lot of pressure on the shoulders. And remember, we get to go through all of this 2 times, so we have some time to go back and correct our form. We got 10 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. That burned my triceps a little bit. We're gonna go down to the mat now for our abs. We're gonna do dead bugs, my all-time favorite ab move. So we're just gonna do the body weight to focus on our core. And we have about 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go. So arms are up, legs are up. We're gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, reaching back. Now, if you feel this in your lower back, you know, your lower back starts to arch up. When you extend up higher. Don't go as low. That takes some pressure off of the abs. Okay, the lower you extend, the more work your abs are gonna do. And our lower back often comes up because our abs are tired. So the back tries to help. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. All right, next we have a shoulder press, which I'm actually gonna kneel for. You don't have to, you can stand, but when you kneel, you actually use a little bit more core. It feels a little different. So arms are at 90 degrees here. You're gonna press up and together, then back down. 2, 1, and go. Make sure we're breathing. We're gonna breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. And notice for my shoulder presses, my elbows aren't going below 90 degrees, okay? We don't want them all the way down here. Protect that shoulder. You also wanna angle it a little bit You don't want to be directly out to the side, but pull the elbows in just slightly. You'll notice such a big difference in how it feels. Lots of little things to focus on that can really make a difference in your moves. 2, 1, and rest. All right, next up we have hammer curls. So hammer curls, the palms are facing towards us, towards your thighs. Elbows are tucked, and we're curling up and back down, okay? Couple seconds. 2, 1, and go. Now something to remember too is you may feel a little overwhelmed by all these cues and you're like, oh my God, my form's not even close. It takes time. If this is your first time doing it, do what you can do. Improve the form a little bit over time. I can say that even I, to this day, I'm still always like, okay, is my core tight? My back's not rounded, or my feet shoulder width apart. I still run through cues in my head because it's easy to get lazy and just think about your day and kind of zone out and not really care about your form. So it's a work in progress. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, now we're gonna head to the mat. We're gonna do some skull crushers. So on our backs here, it sounds scarier than what it is, but arms are straight up and we're gonna bend our forearms back behind our head and straighten up. Okay. 1, and go. So this works the back of the arms. Remember, just the forearms are moving, everything else is glued into place. We also want to make sure we're not bending too far down. There's nothing terrible about this, but it can put some extra strain on our elbows, give us tennis elbow, some pain there. So just make sure you're going to about 90 degrees, whatever feels comfortable. Get about 10 seconds. We're going to stay down here for the next move. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have bicycle crunches next. So this is an oldie but a goodie. Hands behind the head. We're gonna do opposite elbow to opposite knee and press those feet out like we're pedaling on a bike. Take a couple seconds to rest. 2, 1, and go. And the trick here is to go slow and controlled. You will feel it much more in your core. I know I grew up always being taught to go super fast. That's gonna be more cardio. This, you'll really feel it in your core. And just like the dead bug, if your abs, you feel like are a little weaker, extend your legs up higher into the air. Don't go down as low. Couple seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going back to standing again. I'm gonna kneel for this one too. Again, maybe I'm challenging you a little bit here. We're gonna do lat raises. Again, can be standing or kneeling, elbows bent, just a little bit. We're gonna go straight out to the side to shoulder height and back down. 2, 1, and go. Make sure your wrists are straight as well and they're not drooping down. I'm guilty of this sometimes. When the elbows are bent, it also helps us use our shoulder muscles more, puts less strain on the joints. And you'll even notice I'm coming out on an angle, not straight out to the side. Looking good, we're almost there. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, so I'm gonna stand up for this. We're gonna do a reverse grip bicep curl. So bicep curls are palms up. We're gonna be palms down, elbows tucked, curling up. One motion, so see how my arms are straight, not putting strain on the wrist. 2, 1, and go. I'm lifting through my whole arm. Okay, keeping everything nice and tight. And notice I'm also kind of coming up at an angle. That's normal. That's just like how your body anatomy is. So it's almost like you're curling, almost like a V shape, I would say. All right, it works the forearms, which is important. Anybody who has wrist pain, maybe you go into a plank or a push-up and it hurts your wrist, your hands, your grip strength, strengthening your forearms will help mitigate that. Okay, we need that forearm strength. It's important. 2, 1, and rest. All right, next up we have tricep kickbacks, another good one that is done usually improperly. So we're gonna stick our butt out, elbows back, extend back, bring it forward. Okay, we got about 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go. So pull those elbows up and back, just extending the forearms back, bring it back to center. All right, slow and controlled here. We don't want to swing. And if you're having trouble with your form, it could be that the weight is too heavy. Generally, I like to start a lot lighter with these. 3 to 5 pounds to start. That should be more than enough. You can even use a band. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, next one's a fun little combo move. So we're gonna alternate sides. We're gonna do an upright row to a front raise. Upright row, front raise. Okay, going side to side. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go. So I'm pulling up almost like I'm zippering up my jacket. Elbow is out to the side. Then for my front raise, I'm keeping the elbow soft, not locked. We rarely ever want to lock out our joints. And I'm only raising up to shoulder height. Okay. Upright rows are one of my favorite shoulder and trap moves. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. And we're gonna finish this round out with a plank, and then we get a little bit of a rest and we do it all over again. Plank, I want you to go onto the forearms. Okay, so we're gonna be on the forearms, on our toes, in a straight line. Try our best to keep our butt down. 2, 1, and go. Now, something about keeping your butt down is I've noticed that if we are weaker, we tend to keep our butt in the air to make it a little easier. This is better, okay, than arching your back down. We want to try to keep it as parallel as possible, but if you need to put your butt in the air a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. You're just quote unquote cheating a little bit, and that's okay. Until we get stronger, you can even try holding from the knees as well. Make it a shorter lever that you need to hold. Make sure everything's nice and tight. 2, 1, and rest. All right, so that concludes round 1. We're gonna repeat all of that again. Hopefully you'll pick up on some of the tips that I was telling you and we can improve our form this round. I am going to get a sip of water, hang out. It's gonna be about 60 seconds of rest before our second round. And I want you to think about one move for the next round that you really want to focus on. What's one that you really want to improve? Because it's easy to get overwhelmed and want to do all of these different things at once, make all these different changes. But if you focus on one exercise, what's something you want to improve on? Okay? Keep that goal handy. We have about 10 seconds or so till our second round. And remember, we're starting with the isometric dumbbell curls. All right, round 2, we're starting with those isometric dumbbell curls, and go. So curl, hold, curl, hold. A little bit of a mind workout here. You're getting the brain working. I always say that to my clients. I'm like, you know, you're getting a muscle workout, but trying to multitask and remember these moves, that's a brain workout, and that's a good thing. You're getting some bang for your buck. You're working multiple things. Maybe if you have different weights, you're gonna go a little heavier this time on something. You thought something was a little light. How can we challenge ourselves a little bit this time? 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have our tricep dips next. All right, so find where you want to dip off of. 10 seconds, and remember you can extend the legs out to make it a little harder. 2, 1, and go. We're doing good. You got about 15 seconds. The second round I feel like always feels a little longer because now we know what we're doing so we can anticipate it. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we got our dead bugs next. Onto our backs. Arms and legs up. Remember, opposite arm, opposite leg. I need to give myself some room here. I have long legs. 2, 1, and go. It's funny because I turned my AC off for you guys because it's a little loud. And it gets hot in here fast when there's no AC. So I'm sweating it out with you guys right now. Two, 1, and rest. Very nice. We have our shoulder presses next. So you're gonna kneel or stand. I've just been in a kneeling mood, so I'm gonna kneel for my shoulder presses. You're welcome to join me. 2, 1, and go. And notice with my shoulder press how I was saying the 90 degrees, it doesn't have to be exact, parallel. Your elbows can drop a little bit. We just don't want it to be super extreme. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have our hammer curls next. You can actually kneel for those too, but I'll be standing. I'll stand sideways just so you can see my form with these as well, both angles. 2, 1, and go. No swinging here, no using momentum. Slow and controlled. Really think about those muscles working. Can you squeeze that bicep at the top? Slowly lower it down. Those little changes can make a huge difference for how you feel the move besides just going through the motion. So make that mind-muscle connection. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna do the skull crushers. And how I was talking about the mind-muscle connection, it's amazing. That's how I can do a workout that my clients are doing, and I'm dying and sweating because I adapt it to fit my skill level. 2, 1, and go. That's what I love about fitness and these moves in general, is that you can adapt it whether you're just a beginner or you're really advanced. I can make it challenging for either of you and anybody in between. It's all about the weight you use, your mind-muscle connection, all of that. 2, 1, and rest. All right, next we have our bicycle crunches. I'm gonna enjoy my rest. 2, 1, and go. So opposite elbow, opposite knee. Really feeling that twist and crunch. Slow and controlled. Just a reminder to not hold your breath. That little bit of breathing really helps. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna do our lat raises. Again, I'll be kneeling. All right, 5 seconds here. Going straight out to the side, shoulder height. Sorry, my pants keep folding down. You ever have those leggings? I swear there's not a perfect legging brand where they don't slide. Some days they're good, some days they don't want to stay. I think it's because I have long legs. I have to pull up by the calves just to give myself enough room so they don't slide down. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have a reverse grip bicep curl next. We're almost there. We got 3 more after this. And go. Again, this one can feel a little awkward at first, so definitely how my hands are on an angle that helps, and like you're opening up your arms almost in that V shape, elbows tucked, just the forearms moving. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we got our tricep kickbacks. Okay, elbows tucked, extending back, no swinging. And it's amazing you can get such a great workout with little equipment, little time. 1, and go. If you're short on time, you can only do 1 round. That's fine. That's a 12-minute workout. Maybe if you have more time, you go through this 3 times for a 36-minute workout. Again, the beauty of fitness, you can adjust that. Ten seconds. Can we hold it for a second at the top when we extend? That adds a little bit of a burn. So many fun little things you can do. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have my favorites. The upright row to the front raise. We love it. Okay, got about 10 seconds. 2, 1, and go. And you may notice with these that one arm is a little weaker than the other, right? One might start burning faster. One might lag a little bit. That's fine. It's normal. Completely normal. The cool thing is too, with 99.9% of my clients, I should say all of my clients, when we train together and we do check-ins for muscles, they always balance out. If they have one side that's smaller than the other, it always naturally balances itself out. You don't need to compensate or anything like that. 2, 1, and rest. All right, put those dumbbells down. Last thing is our plank, and then you'll be done. Two, 1, and hold. Sometimes the sit and hold ones are harder than the moving ones. Can we squeeze our butt, our hamstrings, our shoulders? Is everything nice and tight and flexed and supporting our body? Almost there. Got about 5 seconds. And rest. All right, guys, so that wraps up our arms and abs workout. Thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for day 2, which will be legs. See you then. Bye.